life, the whole family, crew like Rallo. One truck in front of me, one behind me to follow. Let me get a lemon pepper order, please. You gotta have the connection before you can order these. Dock and jet skis and applauded keys. We're all grateful for Wheezy, but no one more than me. Judas found a bottle with the messages. These days fame is disconnected from excellence. Half the time I gotta ask people what their profession is. Usher in the generation, and this is where my professions live.
Miami was quite a journey. That's the first thing I can say. We shared some nice moments with you. Today I'm going to shoot a video for you about living life more effectively. I'll also introduce you a bit to the environment I live in. Don't think that I'm showing off or trying to flex or anything like that. That's not my mindset. I had shown you my house in Los Angeles once before. Let's just say this is the story of someone who started with nothing. I think we've moved past that mentality now. I had also shot a video in New Zealand before. It was about being the CEO of your own life. How you operate the life you live, the choices you make, your living space. All of these are factors that affect your life. I've traveled to 84 countries. I've helped a lot of people. That's why for me, the most important thing is being able to choose the most effective environment for myself, operationally speaking. So success isn't just about making money. It's not just about doing sports, and it's not just about cultural interaction either. Success is something that emerges when you can do all of these together. That's why, as we've always said from the beginning, I don't have to be a legend. We're moving forward in the right direction. This is the kind of place I chose for myself. The reason I chose a large balcony is because I like to hang out here like this. So that's why I start my day here. Right across from here is all open sea, guys. I do boxing and stuff here. I actually have a boxing area here. Some pretty famous UFC fighters have come here. There's an island over there, you can see it behind me. Sometimes I go there by jet ski and all. Now today I'm going to show you how I operate on a daily basis. So why I have this kind of lifestyle. I'll show you what I do on a daily basis. How I keep myself effective in fighting. You know, I'm kind of connected to nature because of my travels. Sunsets, sunrises, you know, sunset, scenery and all that are really important to me. Having these activities daily and being close to nature. Sometimes I spy on people with my binoculars. By the way, I really love those jet ski vibes. Sometimes there are also questions about loneliness. For example, I see comments like, this guy seems lonely, why is he like this? I'll talk about those things too. I'll open up more about my private life to you. With the next upgrade, I guess we should be living in those places across from us, in the houses facing the sea. We're here because we can't afford those places. We're starting a detailed video. Like I said, today I'll open up a bit more about my private life to you. How can I perform it 100% myself? I create the environment myself. We'll take a closer look at that. I love you all very much. If we're ready, let's start this awesome video. It's starting. This place looks a bit fantastic. I love this place. Can you show the office? I mean, the office I hang out in here for you. Then I'll show you the workout area. I'll show you where I do meditation. Then we'll do a little jet ski tour. I'm really a sea lover. I need to see the sea. It gives me a special sense of relief. That's why I can't really live in places like New York, Istanbul, London, especially Istanbul where I can't see the blue, or rather, the sea. I can't really live in those places. Is there a kind of cinema area here? When I want to hang out, I hang out here. And when it comes to movies, do you know what kind of films I like? Friends? History, war, heroes, prophets, things related to religion. You know what I mean? I like things with that kind of vibe. Or I like science fiction movies. Other than that, I can't really watch things that make me think too much. So I have this kind of space. I like billiards. You've probably seen it quite a lot in previous videos. Always filming videos while hitting the balls together like that. We used to have things like, I don't know, and so on. It's important for me to be able to see the sea. It makes me feel good, really. I've just realized how picky I am. I mean, are you sure about the green without tiring the water? Princess? As soon as I get the one that's phosphorescent, I come here, open my laptop, and get started. I usually have my meetings here. In fact, I shot a few videos for Kampüs here. That's also a platform I'll introduce to you. It's about building your personal brand. Just like I'm doing right now, I'm a personal brand. From this point on, I think the best investment you can make is in yourself. Building your personal brand, after all. I'll share that with you as well. Some of us will start new online businesses. People will emerge who will build personal brands. But I like working solo. And honestly, I don't really like different energies too much. I'll talk to you about this in a bit while I'm meditating downstairs. The people I work with are usually those I connect with online from different places, along with my team. They're friends I've connected with. In my personal life, I am someone who consistently draws very clear and distinct boundaries in one-on-one situations and interactions, and I don't tend to open up too much or reveal a great deal, often living a bit more inwardly and privately. This is usually the place. It's the area where I meditate after coming back from the gym, with palm trees and all. I really like it here. I also have direct access from here. I was planning to park the jet ski right over there. But right now, we can't do something like that. Hopefully, if we ever get a yacht or something in the future, we'll film that. Now let's get to the topic of being alone and operating alone. A lot of our friends can't quite grasp this concept. Now I'm changing a bit myself. We spent a lot of our lives going to parties. We hung out with those kinds of people, did all sorts of things. Now, if we wanted to throw a party, people would just fill up the house, right? There's already an active lifestyle everywhere. It never stops, 24/7. There's a party life. There are people. There are people everywhere. Let me explain this to you with a quote I like from Jordan Peterson. A man who has few friends or doesn't keep anyone around him at all. That's the kind of man I'd want to be friends with. Because that man has learned through experience that what matters is not quantity, but quality. A man who prefers to be alone doesn't need crowds. He is already strong when he's alone. His strength comes from within. While others chase after approval, he chooses to walk alone. He has seen friendships, betrayals, and dramas over time. He is aware because he has experienced them all. He has removed them from his life. Now he stands tall. He stands on his own 2 feet. He doesn't need anyone to complete himself. He is already whole with himself and his creator. We need to look at the situation from this perspective as well. That's my advice to you too. Try to build yourself in such a way that you won't need anyone. Don't be beholden to anyone. The best feeling is the sense of coming home. The best feeling is the sense of coming home. Every morning, whether I'm heading to the gym or starting my day, I begin with this view. It feels as if I'm living on the sea. It really makes me feel good about myself. I've also made a lot of memories here. I use this place a lot. This is my meditation corner. I put on my headphones with some solid meditation music. In fact, I do it regularly. The sauna is very important in my life, friends. First, I take a steam bath. I open up my pores. Then I use the sauna. This is an activity I do regularly to get rid of toxins. By the way, let me tell your family about this too. Just by regularly using the sauna, you can benefit greatly. It reduces the risk of stroke and heart attack by 50%. From a health perspective, it provides very different and improved performance, by the way. This is for you. So actually, all the topics I've been telling you about always come back to the same point. Somehow I can't quite explain this, but let's tie it back to the same points again. That everything is related to your brain and your mind. And once you connect this with your heart and understand what will emerge, that's when life truly begins. Apart from this, if you live in a philosophy where you try to make sense of events, people, or characters, or assign meanings to them, can you really be successful with a mistaken approach? You don't even have a chance. I mean, I was born in this country, this politics ruled over me. These were the circumstances. This happened. This is what shaped me. Life doesn't work like that, with all these excuses. There is a decision maker up there. Apart from that, you have an operational chemical structure. Once you bring that structure and that frequency there, and if you also put your heart on the table, then everything truly comes alive. That's why you should live your life in the most effective way. How can I live at 100% performance? That's what we need to focus on. Let's go do some jet skiing. Maybe I'll come to Turkey soon, by the way. I really miss my mom and dad. Honestly, I'm burning with homesickness. Honestly, the service is good. But since I bring and take the car 3 or 4 times a day, they park it on the 7th floor. That's a bit ridiculous. They're trying to find a solution for that. I was going to buy a Cybertruck last time. I even placed an order, but they didn't give me the service because it wouldn't fit here. Then I automatically returned it. When going up to the upper floors, the large car simply cannot turn because it is indeed too big. That's why it's still stuck like that. I want to express my sincere and profound gratitude to each and every one of you for your incredible support and dedication. Your efforts have been truly invaluable, and I am deeply appreciative of everything you have done. Thank you very, very much for your kindness and generosity.
This is FD.
Where the function? Where the fuck is the function?
Is it back P?
Man, I was filming, you go to the right, it's an hour. You turn around, it's another hour. You go to Hollywood, it's an hour. You turn around, hour. You go to Beverly, hour. You turn around, it's another hour. Everything is so far from each other in daily life. You get what I mean? I mean, you can't make any progress. It was like that in Istanbul too, for example. I lived in Malzak. I lived in Beşiktaş. I lived in Fenerbahçe. Wherever I lived, you go somewhere, it's an hour. You come back, it's 2 hours, and so on. That doesn't really fit into my life. And knowing yourself is really important in this regard. Because you know best how and in what ways you can perform at your best. I love nature, I love the sun, I love to travel. I love an active lifestyle. I love doing active sports. I like to isolate myself, and so on and so on. When I list the things I love, the best environment for me, so this place automatically becomes it for me. Waking up, you went to active sports, you came back, you went to eat after sports, then came back. You went to the beach, then came back. So you can get everything done in 15 minutes. I don't know, it wouldn't work. Performance, a full life. So what does this affect, for example? It affects your own normal daily life. It affects your worship, your gratitude, whether you are thankful or not. You need to be happy in life. I mean, I get it. If your own glass isn't full, you can't fill someone else's cup without filling your own first. You really need to understand this from many angles. Whenever your family looks for positive energy, you're always in positive communication with them. There's no anger or stress. I honestly can't remember the last time I got angry, guys. I'm serious. I mean, I really can't remember the last time I got angry about something. It's such an important thing. By the way, don't get the wrong idea from this. It's not like I live a life of pure pleasure or that I love living that way. That's not the case at all. In fact, I don't even agree with that because, for example, I sometimes see it on Instagram. They share things like that. They say the meaning of life is to be happy, that the meaning of life isn't about being this or that. They say the meaning of life is to be happy, as if that ends all suffering. It's about putting in effort. It's about falling, getting back up, transforming, and struggling. The meaning of life isn't just about being happy. The meaning of life is to experience all emotions. God willing, soon I want to settle down and start a family like this. Life guides you toward that anyway. Now, since we're Turkish men, we're a bit well-groomed, presentable, that's us. And since we're also gentlemen and all, girls really like us. They really do like us. Believe me on this, you'll experience the same things too. When you go abroad, because, most of the kids here are like that. There's a bit of a lack of masculinity. And the girls notice this too. So when I go somewhere, I get a lot of attention. And you need to control this. I mean, this is a very serious matter. For example, in Miami, this is one of my biggest challenges. That's why now I want to put myself in a family structure to protect my own energy from the outside world. It's hard to deal with. There's even an example of this in the Bible. Don't get upset right away, by the way. I can talk about this because I've read all the holy books. There's someone named Samuel in the Bible. He has a story. It's related to lust. Samuel is a very strong character. He's one of the strongest people ever created in the world. He only experiences defeat by giving in to his lust. It's about this. For example, something very beautiful is described. By the time you watch this video, that video will have been shared. In Leita's 7 trials, there's a section called Lust. You need to be able to overcome this section. When choosing where you will live and when you want to perform at your best, you actually need to look closely at that battle as well. In other words, what area is the place you're in testing you in? Is it testing you with ego now? Or is it testing you with laziness or with arrogance? Is it testing you with lust, with desire? We really need to pay close attention to that as well. That's why we need to maintain a complete balance of mind, faith, heart, and motivation. As long as we maintain this, anything is possible. It toppled over and fell into the mud. Its flower came, its poop came. That's where I was born. That was giving me a job. That's a story that shows you didn't understand the situation. That's not how the story works. This week, I'm going to start a journey. Let's see, I'll travel around Florida a bit. From there, maybe I can go to New York. Maybe let's go to Los Angeles again. Actually, it's not clear what will happen this week. That's what he says. Let's see what we'll experience.
One truck in front of me, one behind me to follow. Let me get a lemon pepper order, please. You gotta have a link before you order these. Docking jet skis in the Florida Keys. We're all grateful for Wheezy, but no one more than me. These days, fame is disconnected from excellence. Half the time I gotta ask people what their profession is. Usher the generation, and this is where my confessions live. I had brunch with the judge we're appearing before. We want everything in abundance, not just lyrics in abundance. For real. I sent her the child support, she sent me the heart emoji. Let's go then, shall we? Let's go, everyone. Let's get started now.